Bring back our journalists that are with us, David and Meredith. David, what's your thought about what the congressman said there?
Well, he makes a good point. I mean, you talk about the pressure from the left. Obama did win a re-election. He also learned last year during the payroll tax cut, during the debt ceiling debate, that when he tried to negotiate in good faith with Boehner and then sort of move toward the middle and give some concessions, he was criticized pretty sharply for sort of maybe going too quickly to do that. I think he's going to stand up stronger this time. $1.2 trillion is what he's asking for here. I don't think he's going to go much lower than that. Republicans, of course, want an equal amount of spending cuts, and I think that's the goal. That's the catch and how they do that. And so, the president wants them to come forward with a plan if they want to do that. What do you want to cut? Put it on paper. We'll see if that can happen. It's not going to happen, of course, in the next few days. I think, again, we're talking about more of a temporary measure. Temporary measure,
political fallout. And as you heard Congressman Cummings there, Meredith, he seems to think that most of the fault will be aimed towards the Republicans. But won't it hurt both sides at the end of the day, either because of the number of options that are on the plate?
Well, sure. I mean, if you look at congressional approval levels, nationwide, I mean, people don't like Congress. They don't like the fact that people can't work together, that the people that they elect seem dysfunctional. It's not going to be a win for either side, but I think that all you've seen in the weeks since, I don't know, Thanksgiving, is sort of this angling to set up who could potentially be blamed.
Is it the Tea Partiers in the Republican Congress? Are those the ones that will be at fault here? I mean, but we're also reading they're kind of taking a step back right now on the very issue of the debate of the fiscal cliff. So is it really the Tea Party Congress members or not?
I think it's hard to predict exactly who might get blamed if something doesn't happen. That seems a little bit too far in the future for me. But I think if you look at all of the pieces that are into play, the one thing we haven't even talked about right now is the debt limit. The debt limit is going to be hit soon, and then the Treasury can use extraordinary measures to extend it. But this was the thing that caused the fight that made us sit here today to talk about this quote-unquote fiscal cliff. And the Republicans have enacted the so-called Boehner rule, which means they're going to ask for $1 in cut for every dollar the limit is extended, the debt limit being money that we've already paid and it's our obligation to pay. And so if Democrats and Republicans can't come together now, and a month and a half from now Republicans come back to the table and say, well, we need more cuts, I don't know what the president is going to look to cut. So this seems like a pretty complicated mess that they have on their hands, and the more clarity they get now, the easier it's going to be in a few weeks from now. If they get some sort of small deal that leaves no path forward on the bigger issues, I think that we're going to be here in a month and a half talking about these same things.
Okay, thank you so much, Meredith Shiner and David Nakamura. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you.
A huge winner.